All right, so this is something we've been working on, and I just wanted to give you a quick look at it. It's basically a courier invoice reconciliation tool built for people who are fed up with manually checking invoices and trying to work out whether they've actually been charged the right amounts. When you first log in, you'll land on this dashboard, and at the start, it is going to be empty. As you use the system, it fills up with useful bits of information, things like what's been checked, what's matched, and where there might be some issues. Over here, we have user management, nothing outside of the ordinary, but the ability to create users, invite users, set them various roles within the account, the ability to see any invitations that you've sent out and where they're at, and also just logs so that you can see what's been going on within your account. There's also a nice feature down here. So if you're an aggregator or if you're a reseller of rates, anything like that, you can actually set up your customers in here and give them access to their accounts, where obviously you can see it. All of their couriers and all their services can be set down here, and also their pricing, any invoices that they do go in Indeed reconcile. And if you're using our billing API tool, you're actually able to connect it here. So it will automatically import any of their already set up couriers and services. So that's a nice feature. It's also really easy to just switch straight back to your account up at the top here. And now you're in the main one. Couriers are pretty important. I've already set up DPD as a fake service that I've got. Every is available. You can set up as you need. You can then just select whether they're active or inactive. You can come to the courier services and set those up. So an identifier that's going to be on the invoice to make sure that it can capture it appropriately. If we go into here and edit, we can now see that you can set up zones, weight classes, volumetric weight settings, and surcharges. And so I've just set up GB mainland with some pricing. And again, it's weight based, and those are my rates going up. And down here are the rules. So rules are really helpful because if this is even a penny out, it's going to flag it up to you. And you might decide that you're actually okay with a variance of a certain percentage or a certain amount. Or even if something perhaps is undercharged, you don't want to review that. You're quite happy to just approve that automatically and let it slide. Alternatively, you might decide that absolutely you need to flag it, or there's something else that you want to do. There's also the ability to ignore zero value charges. So if something comes through at £0 and 0 pence, you can choose what you want to do with that. Down here, we have invoices. So you can easily import an invoice here via a CSV, select who your courier is, put in your invoice number, and then just go through to mapping the columns and any surcharges that there might be. Here are some I've already done. So these ones I've already manually checked, and I know that they're absolutely perfect, and the system is saying the exact same thing. If I pick one of these lines at random, what it was expecting, what it's come through at, it's perfectly happy. This one is one that's actually got a discrepancy that we've deliberately put in there. So if I click on this line, it's going to pop up and tell me that I've been overcharged. The amount I've been invoiced was £1 for a fuel surcharge, and it was expecting 50 pence only. Therefore, the difference is 50 pence, 100% variance. A little bit more just to explain it. And there we go. So we can see the line is being flagged as an error. One of the things we have done, which I really like, is the ability to see if we've invoiced a customer. So this could be relevant, again, if you're an aggregator or a reseller of rates, being able to see that you've actually charged each line back to your customer. For example, I know that this invoice I've deliberately not put against my test customer, so therefore it has not charged them in the slightest. But if I come back to one of these invoices, I know that I have done that deliberately, and therefore it's showing that every line is matched. Now, this will also show in the dashboard to give you an idea of what is or isn't matched up correctly. And finally, we have invoice templates. So if you're going to be using many different couriers, many different template styles or invoice styles, you can set up an invoice type with all the CSV fields already mapped. And that is going to save you a considerable amount of time if you need to. But if you're only using one or two couriers max, then realistically, you don't need to worry about that.